When you've completed working on your Nearpod lesson and it is ready for student use, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you have saved all the changes and all the slides that you have created. So if you are currently working on your Nearpod, you're going to want to make sure that you hit save and exit. If you want to preview what it's going to look like from the student perspective before you run it, you can click on each one of the slides and click preview. We're just going to click save and exit for now. It will prompt you to put in some information about this, so you will have to pick your grade and your subject area, and then you can save and exit. And now this Nearpod lesson will live in your own Nearpod library. So anytime you log into Nearpod and you go to My Library, all of the Nearpods you have created will be listed, with the most recent one or the most recently run with your student will show up in the front. So here's the one that we were just working on. If we are ready to actually run this, the students do not need a login to Nearpod in order to participate in one of your Nearpod lesson. All they need is a code, which is going to be generated. So the students only need to go to nearpod.com. Those are their only instructions until you give them the code. So if we're ready to run this, we go and click on Live Lesson. This is going to generate this code. Now you can leave this up on the board and wait for all the students to go to nearpod.com and to put this code in on their home page. But if you want to get going and you know you're going to have students coming in late, the code will always remain on screen in the upper left-hand corner. So once this is ready to go and you're in and your students are in, you can close out of this. The lower left-hand side will show a number, and that will indicate how many students are currently participating in your Nearpod. You'll see at the upper left, the code will remain on screen, so if there are any late entrants, they can enter the Nearpod. Down here, if you want students' names to be visible or invisible, you can click on this, because sometimes you can show results on some of the activities if you wish. And then you also have an option up here as you're going along to add an activity on the fly. So let's say, for instance, a class discussion comes up about a certain element of what you're doing in Nearpod. You can click on add an activity, and these are the activities that you can just push out on the fly immediately. But if you're not going to do any of that, to run your Nearpod with your students is very simple. It's just controlling it by clicking on these arrow keys. So right now, I'm viewing this slide. All of my students who logged into Nearpod with this code are also viewing this slide. And as I advance on each one of these Nearpod slides, it is automatically advancing on my students' slides as well. So you can see here that the answers actually show up on my screen. So once you have your students in Nearpod, you are most likely not going to want to run this on a computer where it is being projected onto a big screen so that the students can see it. So you want to mute your projector. But the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory. You continue to run each one of your slides, and when you are done and you're ready to end this session, you will click on where it says Nearpod, and you will click end session, and that will exit all of your students from your Nearpod, and then you'll be able to view the reports and see how the students did.